Delicious, healthy and satisfying dinner that everyone will love, lasagna is... If you want a really delicious, healthy and satisfying dinner that everyone will love, lasagna is a brilliant choice. And whilst it can take time, it's completely worth it for the amount of portions that you get. I get 8 adult portions from this, so you can definitely get more for feeding little tummies. This recipe is packed with 6 different vegetables, so you're definitely getting your fibre and plant points in, and uses lentils, which helps to keep the protein costs low. The great thing about this recipe is that you can also add in any random leftover vegetables that you've got. Leftover carrots, butternut squash, or even sweet corn would go great in this one. For this recipe, I usually use tinned lentils because they're faster, but as I only had dried lentils in, I made sure to soak these for a few hours in advance to reduce the cooking time later. So whilst I'm roasting the veggies, this gives me time to make up the sauce, so it's a great 2-in-1 for time. I usually use sun-dried tomatoes for rich flavour, but we didn't have any of these, so I'm making use of my handy tomato puree discs, which I always have in the freezer. Next, I'm blending the sauce, which you don't have to do if you prefer it chunky. Once it's come together, you're going to add in all of those juicy roasted vegetables. Give it a mix, then set this aside and make the bechamel. Don't worry about it cooling down, as when you bake it, it'll heat up again. If you haven't made bechamel before, at first, whisking the flour and butter together might look clumpy and weird, but just stick with it and you'll end up with the perfect paste. The whisk really is key here to prevent a lumpy sauce. Then I always love to add a little bit of mustard. Any type is fine, it just helps to give some lift to the cheesy flavour. Season to your own tastes, and then I'm going to add some cheese. You don't even need to grate it for this recipe. Slices are fine, as it all melts in anyway. I'm then adding the soaked lentils into the tomatoey sauce. For tinned lentils, they can go straight in and they don't need any prep. Time to layer up. This is the great part to get the kids involved. You can use dry or fresh pasta sheets here. I use dried because they're cheaper, but fresh ones can reduce the cooking time, so they're great if you want a faster dinner. And look how delicious this looks. It's warm, comforting, packed full of veggies, and look at how many leftovers I've got for future dinners.